Hello, everybody, and welcome to Heart and Soul Connected. My name's Allie, and I'm pleased to be back with you again today. Thank you for being here. I want to talk a little bit about flaws that make us more authentic. Did you ever think that would be possible? I kind of also can tie in some ideas about our shadow side that we probably don't really want people to know that much about. Parts of us that we're not comfortable with, or parts that may be different than what we would like to project. But today I want to also talk about the idea that flaws make us more authentic, because authenticity is very big these days. And we could be a cookie cutter version of someone if that's what we so chose to do. But why would you want to be? Why can't you just be your own authentic self? So we're constantly bombarded with images, as you well know, and for the young people, especially on social media and other places, that tell us this is what this should look like. This is what you should wear. This is what you should do. This is who you should be. And the truth is, we don't need to do any of that. And we don't have to be perfect. We can be perfectly imperfect. And there's nothing wrong with that either. All it tells us is that we have decided that, flaws and all, this is who I am. And we present ourselves in that venue without any worry. Because really, who's judging you? If people are judging you, who cares what they think? It's not that important. And that's a hard thing for some of us to get over. I recognize that. When we accept our imperfections, we can open ourselves up to growth, learning, and a deeper commitment and a deeper connection with another person. If we don't have to be somebody else when we're with them, we can always just be who we say we are. We've all been led to think that perfection is the key to acceptance and success. Couldn't be further from the truth. We're pressured to conform to societal norms and to be just like everybody else. Cha-ching! The truth is, the pressure to be perfect can be extremely suffocating. It doesn't give us that opportunity to be who we want to be, or to be who we really truly are. We have to remember who we are when we're doing something, instead of just being who we are the way we are. We live in a constant state of pretending, trying to show us something that we're not. It's very exhausting, and it's no wonder many people feel disconnected, anxious, stressed in the world around them, because they're trying to fit into a paradigm that says you have to be this, that, or the other in order to fit in. It's very hard when we're younger. I recognize that there is pressure from our peers to be exactly what we are. Well, the truth is, folks, when you're middle-aged, you have the same pressure. When you're older, you have the same pressure. It makes no difference. But you don't have to buy into the pressure. You don't have to look like what everybody else does. You don't have to like what everybody else does. And you don't have to do what everybody else does either. The media shows us beautiful celebrities and influencers. They're all flawless. And their faces, their imperfections are taken out. And they look like they're 20 or 30 years younger even than what they should be. One of the most interesting people that I absolutely love, who's probably the most authentic person I've ever seen, is Jamie Lee Curtis. She doesn't care. She doesn't care what people think. She's getting older. She knows it. She's got a little bit of weight in different areas of her body. Oh, well. Maybe she doesn't wear the makeup and have the operations that other people her age have had. She just is Jamie. She's Jamie Lee Curtis, and I love her for that. She's fabulous. When you're open to your imperfections, you connect with people on a different level than you would if you had to have everything picture perfect. It doesn't seem to be that important to a lot of us. It doesn't. I've been inspired by a story of a friend who used to hide her scars from acne. She was so self-conscious about them. And of course, she was younger at the time. And yet there are also acne scars that can be on the body from a youth that linger with us over time. She started to share her story on social media, and everybody responded in such a supportive and loving way. Because the truth is, we are all imperfect. And the minute that we can say, this is me, warts and all, this is who I am, then we can feel more comfortable in our own skin. And people can understand that we are comfortable in our skin, and they can be more comfortable in the skin that they're in. How do we learn from these examples? Well, when people start sharing, they learn they're not so unusual. They learn that what they had as their experience was not exactly the same, but could be considered to be the same in a lot of ways in how it was dealt with. And once you give yourself permission to do that, you are liberating yourself from this thing that you haven't been, from this unauthentic self that you've lived with for so long, trying to remember who to be, how to be, and where to be. If we accept our flaws, we can be more relatable to other people, and they can become more, you become more human, they become more human. There is no perfection in the world. And we become more authentic, and we're not trying to present this facade that we're something that we're not. We're free to be ourselves, as I say, warts and all, or imperfections and all. By embracing these flaws, we also can build deeper connections with people and live a more genuine life. And we can realize that what resides within in our own lives is something that we can reconnect with other people who have that aha experience as well. Flaws really are what make us unique. They make us more authentic, as I've said, and we also have quirks and things that we're interested in that somebody else may not, and that's all right too. We don't have to pretend to be anything that we're not. And the younger we can do that, the more ready we are as we get older, that we don't need to worry about what it is that other people perceive to be an issue. We become liberated. We can live a life knowing that we are who we are, here, there, and everywhere. Thank you for listening. And if you'd like to share your story, please take time to share it in the chat. I would love to hear it. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.